So Jake Paul just dropped a major bombshell and called off his upcoming fight with Mike Tyson after getting suspended. Yeah, you heard that right. Jake was set to face his biggest challenge yet on November 15, 2024 at the Atant Arena. But after this suspension, everything has come crashing down, and here's where it gets even crazier. His recent knockout win against Mike Perry turns out it wasn't as clean as we thought, rumor has it. Jake wasn't fighting fair, he was juiced up that massive KO. Yeah, it's now at the center of a major controversy. And just when you thought things couldn't get more insane, Jake has gone back to his old playbook. Yep, the YouTuber turned boxer is now posting goofy videos on social media trying to distract everyone from the scandal. Like really, Jake, from making fake training videos to feasting on Wendy's, Jake's doing everything except addressing the elephant in the room. His career might really take a hit this time.
Wanting to see me fail for literally like they're suing me for something I didn't do. Like, on God, it's just the most thing, and I literally had to pay them a lot of money for no reason. And I'm like, it just pisses me. And then
let's break it down, all right. So Jake just called off the Mike Tyson fight. Yeah, the fight everyone was hyped for is off. And honestly, after his suspension, it's not like Jake has any choice. He's on the sidelines now, but instead of doing the usual damage control, apologizing, explaining himself, or at least addressing the situation, Jake is doing the complete opposite. He's pulling his classic moves, turning the attention away from the controversy with one distraction after another. And honestly, it's just as crazy as you'd expect from Jake. So what's Jake up to instead of staying low-key or training in silence? Jake Paul is out here releasing fake training videos on social media. Yeah, you can't make this stuff up in one of the most bizarre moves ever. Jake posted videos where he rocked a fake belly while training for the Mike Tyson fight. But get this, he's not just training, he's mocking Tyson. Remember when Mike Tyson called him fat at the press conference back in May?
You're fat, Jake.
Yep, Jake's turning that insult into a full-on, the man's out here with a fake gut hitting the gym like it's some kind of comedy sketch classic. Jake, right.
New PR, 500 pounds. I'm the strongest heavyweight in existence. No. Let's go, champ! Let's go, champ! This is it! Lightweight! Come on! Ooh! There you go, you got it! Down low, better play, better play!
Get this, Jake can be seen lifting weights with a giant belly clowning around like the suspension doesn't even exist. It's peak trolling. But that's not even the craziest part. Jake's also been posting videos of himself working out with, wait for it, fake weights. Yeah, you heard that, right? In one clip. Jake is pretending to lift what looks like 500 pounds, but it's super obvious that the weights are fake. You don't have to be a gym rat to know that if you've got 500 pounds on a bar, the bar is supposed to bend, right? Well, in Jake's case, the bar stays as straight as a ruler, which can only mean one thing. Fake weights. He's out here trolling his fans, the boxing community. And even Mike Tyson acting like nothing's wrong. Put this, and as if fake training videos weren't enough, Jake's been feasting on Wendy's and McDonald's like it's cheat day every day. Yep, the man is literally doing the opposite of what any pro athlete would do before the biggest fight of their career. We're talking about fast food binges, late night fries, burgers, pretty much everything you're not supposed to eat. If you're gearing up to face someone like Mike Tyson in the ring,
Please have 55 McDoubles, 25 fries, 100 nuggets, and 15 shakes.
Actually?
Yeah.
Okay, give me just 1 second.
What up?
Okay, you have said 25 what?
25 fries. Actually, make that 40.
Okay, let me 1 second.
What up, bro? I love you. You can pay for my McDonald's? I'm joking, bro. I'm joking.
Would you like any drinks or anything like that?
No thanks.
Anything else for you today?
No thanks.
I mean, let's be real, Jake Paul has never been one to follow the rules, whether we're talking about boxing or life in general. And right now he's leaning into that rebellious image hard instead of addressing the suspension. Clearing his name or even admitting to any wrongdoing, Jake is keeping the focus on his antics, and it's working. People are talking more about his fake weights and fast food habits than the fact that his boxing career is basically on hold now. It's time to break down exactly why Jake Paul got slapped with that suspension. This is where things get serious. People, let's rewind to Jake's big fight against bare-knuckle brawler Mike Perry on July 20th, 2024 in Tampa, Florida. The problem child strutted into that ring, and by the 6th round, bam!
This may be it. Right hand, and he's down for a 3rd time.
Jake walked away like a king, and fans were buzzing about his insane KO power. But fast forward a few weeks, and that victory, it's being completely erased from the record. And here's why Jake wasn't fighting clean the KO that everyone was hyped over. It wasn't just Jake's raw power or skill. He was juiced up on illegal substances, and not just one, but 2 banned substances were found in his system. After the fight, we're talking about ostarine and 19-norandrosterone, 2 substances that are 100% not allowed in boxing or pretty much any sport for that matter. So what are these substances exactly? Well, ostarine is a SARM, a selective androgen receptor modulator, fancy name, but what it really does is help athletes pack on muscle and get stronger way faster than they naturally could. Basically, it gives them a huge performance boost, which is super unfair. In a sport like boxing, where your power and endurance are supposed to come from hard work, not a bottle of illegal supplements. And then there's 19-norandrosterone, which is a metabolite of nandrolone, is an anabolic steroid that's notorious for building muscle, increasing endurance, and speeding up recovery times. In other words, it's the kind of stuff that makes you an unstoppable beast in the ring. And hear me out, the levels of these substances in Jake's system were way too high to be written off as a mistake or accidentally taken a contaminated supplement. Nah, this wasn't a slip-up. Jake Paul was intentionally juicing, looking for that extra edge to take Mike Perry out in style, and it worked until it didn't. Because now it's blown up in his face big time. Now, let's talk about the timing of all this. Jake Paul was gearing up for the biggest fight of his life in November against none other than Mike Tyson. This was supposed to be the fight that solidified Jake as a legitimate force in boxing Tyson. One of the greatest heavyweights of all time taking on Jake Paul. The world was watching, fans were hyped, the pay-per-view numbers were set to be insane, but now it's all gone. Every ounce of hype has gone up in smoke. Why? Because Mike Tyson is not the kind of guy to tolerate cheating, especially in a sport that he helped define. Tyson made it clear he's not fighting a cheater. Mike's a man of integrity, and he's been through the ups and downs of this sport. He's seen it all. But he's not about to step into the ring with someone who's looking for an unfair advantage. And honestly, who could blame him? Tyson's legacy is built on grit, skill, and power. He doesn't need to fight a juiced-up Jake Paul to prove anything. Now let's backtrack a bit. Jake's rise in the boxing world has been nothing short of controversial. From his YouTube days to his transition into boxing, Jake has always been a polarizing figure. He's the guy everyone loves to hate, and yet he always managed to stay in the spotlight. But this scandal, this is different. Testing positive for ostarine and 19-norandrosterone isn't just another headline-grabbing controversy, it's career-ending. This is the kind of cheating that gets you blacklisted, not just from boxing, but from any kind of legitimacy in sports. Jake Paul's overnight transformation from YouTuber to heavyweight boxer has always raised some serious eyebrows in the fight world. I mean, who even makes a jump that big, packs on that much muscle, and starts bagging knockout wins left and right without something fishy going on behind the scenes? You don't just wake up one day, leave behind your YouTube pranks and challenges, and suddenly start knocking out legit fighters like it's no big deal. It takes years of hard work, discipline, and yeah, natural muscle gain. But Jake, nah, that kind of transformation doesn't happen naturally. Let's not pretend like we didn't all notice how quickly he bulked up. Let's get real for a second. Jake Paul's transformation from a typical YouTuber to looking like a straight-up heavyweight champion has raised EBR since day one. I mean, let's be honest here. Duty went from the lean physique we all remember from his vlogs to suddenly packing on muscle like he's been grinding in the gym for a decade. Sure, anyone can hit the weights and get bigger, but the speed at which Jake turned himself into this so-called powerhouse is what's not sitting right. Look, I'm not saying it's impossible to gain muscle or get stronger quickly, but the timeline Jake's working with, it just doesn't add up. The guy's been boxing for what? 3-4 years, yet here he is, knocking out dudes who've been in the game for years. These are trained fighters with serious experience under their belts. And Jake, the social media guy turned boxer, is out here making them look like amateurs. Something just doesn't feel right. And now with this bombshell drug test result, we've got our answer. Oh, and let's not forget about you. UFC President Dana White. He's been firing shots at Jake for ages about this. Dana's been very vocal, publicly accusing Jake of taking steroids before he didn't hold back, calling out Jake's rapid transformation and basically saying there's no way this is natural. Dana even challenged Jake to take a steroid test if he wanted to prove he was clean, but Jake never took him up on it. Suspicious much. Dana's got a sixth sense for this kind of thing, and he's not letting Jake slide on it. He knows shady business when he sees it.
I believe that you're a cheater, and I believe that you use steroids. So I want to randomly steroid test you for the next 2 years.
And now with the news that Jake tested positive for Ostarine and 19 no rando, everything is starting to make sense. That muscle, those knockouts, they weren't earned through blood, sweat, and years of hard work in the sport. Nah, they were the result of shortcuts, plain and simple. Ostarine helped Jake pack on the muscle. And 19 norandrosterone gave him the endurance and recovery boost he needed to go the distance and hit harder than ever before. And now Jake's paying the price for taking those shortcuts. Well, I guess we'll have to wait and see how everything plays out. So that's all I have for you today. What are your thoughts on this recent scandal? Fill the comments section with your thoughts, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, peace out.